Okay, I'm going to go over how to use your shape tools in here. So what you'll see is the shortcut for it is the letter M. There's also L, so here's a few shortcuts for you, but these are basically where they are. So they're 3 down on the left-hand side of your toolbar. If you click and hold, you'll see that there's a whole lot of hidden tools behind that. Each of these just works like this. You can click and drag and create a custom shape. You can hold the shift key down and get a perfect square. You can also just click one time and put your own dimensions in there. Okay, so if I wanted to be a perfect square, I could easily just go, I want it to be 45 pixels or points, and then 45 points there. Click OK, and I will have a square that's exactly that size. Okay, now notice right now that it is all they're all black with no stroke on it, so stroke would be the outline around it. These are, I'm going to show you how to change the color of shapes. I'm also going to show you how to select a shape. So these are your selection tools up here. You have the black arrow, which is your basic selection tool, and you have your white arrow, which will allow you to make direct selections. So if you kind of hover over where you want to be, you'll notice that these anchor points show up. And if I were to hover over one of them and select it, you'll see that only one anchor point within the entire shape is selected. Well, I can take that and drag it and move it, okay? Whereas with the selection tool, notice that it kind of does it a little bit more uniformly, okay? If I hold the shift key down, it'll lock it into proportion. But that's how those selection tools will work. If I want to change the color of anything, I simply have to select it first, and then your color picker is right here. So the fill is this square here. If I double click on it, it will open this up, and I can change it to any color I want. This little area right here, this is the stroke. That's basically the outline around the shape, so I can double click on that and change that to any color I want. And then now if I click away, you can kind of see that there's a blue outline around that. If I wanted to make that stroke a little thicker, I could even come over here to the top this is the control panel, and I can increase the stroke. And now you can see that a little bit clearer. Okay, so that's the rectangle tool. There's also an ellipse tool. You can draw ellipses. Again, it's going to default to however you have it set there. If I want to do perfect circles, I can hold the shift key down. Some of these the polygon tool. If I click and hold, and I'm not letting go of my mouse, but if I do that and I find the arrow keys on my keyboard, if I increase, I use the up arrow, it will increase the amount of sides that are there. I can also go down and decrease the amount of sides that are there, okay? So that's something you can do. The star tool works much the same way, okay? So there's a normal star, up arrow, while keeping my mouse pressed down, will increase the points, down arrow will decrease the points, okay? So that is the shape tools, changing colors, and also the selection tools.